Yo, what is up guys? Delboy here, aka Blue Collar Sports TV. Hopefully you guys are doing well. If you're new here, smash that like, hit subscribe, all of that good stuff. So Demetrius Andrade defeats Liam Williams by a unanimous decision. Where do we start with this fight? I think this fight really is the perfect microcosm of Demetrius Andrade's career. Signs of real quality, real promise, but on the flip side, some really kind of ugly tactics, not a fan-friendly style, and just a bit disappointing at the end of the day. First 2 rounds of this fight, Andrade looked brilliant, razor sharp, quick. Williams came out applying pressure straight away, and Andrade was taking the half step back, popping him with the jab, stepping around him, landing the straight left hand out of a southpaw stance, and right away from the first bell, you could tell that the right uppercut was a shot that would be there all night for Demetrius Andrade, and he was landing those shots in the first round. First round, he actually hurt Liam Williams with a straight left hand, and he was rocking him quite regularly in the first round. The speed and accuracy of Andrade in the first round definitely surprised Liam Williams. Round two was very similar to round one, only difference being in round two, Demetrius Andrade actually scored a knockdown. It was a textbook 1-2 jab, then a straight left hand. The straight left hand dropped Liam Williams, and his legs definitely felt it. He was definitely shaky in the legs in the first 2 rounds after all of those hard shots. But to Liam Williams' credit, after the second round, he actually had a good round 3 and a good round 4. Demetrius Andrade's punch output dropped dramatically. He wasn't throwing as much back, and Williams was able to apply a bit of pressure, get up close to him, and land some clubbing shots. Rounds 3 and 4 were actually quite good rounds for Liam Williams. Yeah, a lot of the work wasn't always clean, it wasn't always super effective, but not much was coming back from Andrade, so rounds 3 and 4 you could have definitely scored to Liam Williams. After the 4th round though, Andrade kind of got back into a groove in rounds 5 and 6. He was boxing and moving, and he was walking Liam Williams onto his right uppercut. He would lead with the right uppercut and walk Liam Williams onto it. Problem with Liam Williams was he was coming forwards behind a guard, but his high guard, if you look at his elbows, they were very far apart, and that leaves space for the uppercut to penetrate through the middle, and that shot was penetrating on regular occurrences in this fight. Andrade landed so many uppercuts in this fight, with both the left hand and the right hand, but in particular the right hand. So yeah, rounds 5 and 6, Andrade started to regain control of this fight. Round 7 though, Williams came back with a decent round, applying pressure, landing some good body shots. Once again in this round, Andrade's output dropped a little bit, and it allowed Liam Williams to arguably win round 7. Again, not super clean work, but he was kind of, catching Andrade with a couple of jabs here and there, landing some good clubbing, thudding shots, some good body shots, and round 7 was a good round for Liam Williams. Round 8 though, and round 9, once again Andrade boxing, moving, being awkward. He was holding more and more as this fight was going on, ducking below the waist. He was actually doing a lot of illegal stuff in there, to be honest, and he never got warned by the referee in this fight. And I felt he was very lucky in that regard. But nevertheless, rounds 8 and rounds 9 were Andrade rounds. Round 10 was arguably Liam Williams' best round of this fight. He started to apply pressure. Once again, Andrade's output in this round dropped, and he got Andrade against the ropes, and he landed like a chopping overhand right, and that shot hurt Andrade. You could tell by the replay. His back was to the camera, but you could tell the way his body reacted. He was kind of loose in the shoulders, his knees took a slight dip, and after that shot, he was wanting to hold Liam Williams for a good 30 seconds or so. He was definitely hurt by that shot in round 10 by Liam Williams. It was an overhand right, bang on the chin. Andrade was open for it. Williams connected, and that was Williams' best shot of his fight. And yeah, like I say, Andrade was definitely hurt. But, Andrade saw out the round, and rounds 11 and rounds 12... again, Andrade just boxing and moving, timing Liam coming in with the uppercut, flicking the jab, hooking around the guard of Liam Williams, picking the better shots, and he eventually he got to the final bell and won a unanimous decision. So ultimately I had this fight 8 rounds to 4, plus the knockdown for Demetrius Andrade. He was definitely the clear winner, But was this a performance in which is going to draw the boxing world to Demetrius Andrade? Absolutely not, in my opinion. Like I said at the start of this video, this fight was the perfect microcosm of Demetrius Andrade's career. First 2 rounds he was looking great, looking as good as I've ever seen Demetrius Andrade, to be honest. He was looking excellent in the first 2 rounds. Quick, speedy, powerful, accurate, putting his combinations together, landing hurtful punches. First 2 rounds he looked great. After that, not so much. He looked messy, he looked awkward, he looked gangly, and he was definitely kind of, he was definitely a little uncomfortable at times in there against a basic pressure fighter in Liam Williams. And obviously he got hurt in round 10 as well, which isn't a good sign. All in all, man, I think this was a pretty average performance by Demetrius Andrade. And I have to say as well, I felt the tactics of Andrade in this fight were, he was breaking a lot of rules in there, it has to be said. Ducking below the waist constantly, which is illegal. Constant holding, turning away from his opponents. All of these tactics are illegal. And, he should have been warned very early in this fight about those tactics. But he never was, obviously. And he wound out the winner by a unanimous decision. But listen, it's not a performance to really make me excited about Andrade, and it's not a performance to where I would say he would beat Golovkin, Charlo, Canelo. I would favour all of these guys to beat Andrade, to be honest. But there we go. Just my opinion. Share yours below. What did you make of this fight? It was a good fight, but at the same time it was frustrating due to the tactics of Andrade. But I enjoyed it pretty decently. So yeah, share your thoughts below. It's been your guy Delboy. Peace.